Konnichiwa friends, I am Sekai X Arts and Animations, and today I am continuing my What If series where I imagine random things as humans or humanoid characters. Today, we are imagining what if elements on the periodic table were characters. This is part 2 to the other one of my What If videos. I did the elements hydrogen through lithium over there, so please check it out if you're interested, but you don't really need to watch that one to understand this video. Anyways, first up here, I am drawing beryllium. As always, I like to do a little bit of research when designing these characters to make them feel extra special. In doing that, I learned that beryllium is used in a lot of ceramic materials, so I gave her a porcelain teacup. In addition, beryllium is very stiff. It is actually 6 times stiffer than steel. To represent this, I tried to give her a proud, unbending demeanor and a confident facial expression. Beryllium is also used as a pure metal and is found in a lot of gemstones like beryl, aquamarine, and emerald. Because all of these are rare, precious, and priceless gemstones, I decided to make her look rich, maybe even like a noble or an aristocrat. On the other end of the spectrum, beryllium is used to make tools, aircrafts, missiles, and spacecrafts. To kind of nod to this, I decided to make her a rich inventor. You can see this obviously in her work table, where she has tools all laid out along with an airplane design. I also gave her steampunk goggles to kind of make her feel more inventory. This fact also kind of gave me an idea of how she made her money. I feel like she'd be a Victorian Tony Stark, I guess. Very smart, very rich, and very proud. Beryllium's atomic number is 4, so I represented this in the buttons on her jacket. 4 plus-shaped ones and 4 minus-shaped ones to represent her protons and electrons. Beryllium is a silver gray/white, but I have found in my research that most periodic table elements are either gray or colorless, which I choose to show as gray or white. So while I did focus her color palette around grays, I also added a splash of green and gold for some visual interest. I didn't use this beryllium fact in the design, but I always like to mention it anyways. Beryllium was discovered in 1797 by French pharmacist and chemist Nicolas Louis Van Quelen? I hope I pronounced that right. Next up, we have boron. Boron is a dietary supplement and is in plant cell walls. Because of this, I decided to make her a farmer who is holding up the food that she's grown. However, boron is also used in a lot of washing products, so despite her being a farmer, I wanted to make her super clean and neat. Boron is synthesized by cosmic ray spallation, which is when chemicals are made by cosmic rays impact on an object, and it also is made by supernovae, when stars explode. To allude to this, I gave her a little star pattern on her dress. Boron is also a crystalline structure, so I have a little gem on her hat. In addition, it is also a low abundance element. In my last video, I represented the high abundance of helium by giving her really long, fluffy hair. So here, I did the opposite by giving her a short, cute bob haircut. Boron's atomic number is 5, which I tried to represent in the number of foods she had in her basket, but I guess that wasn't the clearest. I do also want to note, though, that the foods I chose here are peaches, prunes, milk, avocados, potatoes, beans, peas, coffee beans, and peanuts, each of which contain boron. Boron is also a dark, lustrous metalloid. Finally, something that isn't gray or white or colorless. Running with this as much as I could, I gave her a really dark color palette, obviously. And finally, the fun fact. Boron was discovered by French chemists Joseph Louis Gay Lussac and Louise Jacques Thénard in 1808. Man, I can't pronounce these French names at all. It was also independently discovered by British chemist Sir Humphrey Davy. Lastly, we have carbon. Carbon's ability to form polymers at normal Earth temperatures and its diversity in organic compounds makes it a common element in all known life. To represent this, I decided to make her a dryad-like creature, or at least give her some twigs growing out of her head. Actually, with this, I gave her 12 leaves on the branches, representing her 6 protons and electrons. I know I won't be able to do this as we go down the periodic table, I'm kind of struggling with it even now, but I want to try at least for as long as possible. But eventually, the number of protons and electrons are just going to be way too big. Anyways, carbon can also form up to 4 covalent bonds, which I showed by giving her 4 arms. In addition, carbon's strength and visuals can differ greatly depending on its form. Take, for example, the 2 most famous forms of carbon, diamond and graphite. Diamond is clear and the strongest naturally occurring material, while graphite is gray and brittle. Again, these are two very different substances, even though both are made entirely out of carbon. So, to show the two sides of carbon, I split her dress in half, one side representing diamond and the other representing graphite. The word carbon comes from the Latin word carbo, meaning coal, charcoal, or ember, so I gave her coal-black hair. Finally, carbon is also sometimes found in meteorites, so I surrounded her in shooting stars. The exact person who discovered carbon isn't known because it was recorded by both Egyptians and Sumerians in the form of charcoal in about 3750 BC. More formally, however, it was said to be discovered by Antony Lavoisier in 1772, but I believe that's just when carbon was given a formal elemental name. Again, sorry for my pronunciations. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to watch the first part of this video, I will link the playlist in the description. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one.